Hey everyone, it's Nick with ECLZ Bikes. Today we're doing another range test. This time around it's on our brand new ECLZ Monstar. This is a beast of a bike, dual motor, 1500 watt in the front, 1500 watt in the rear, 3000 watt. Dual controllers, 40 amp controllers, 40 amps each. We have our dual batteries, 60 volt, 20 amp power in the front, and 60 volt, 15 amp power in the rear. 4-piston Tektro brakes, front and rear. We have our 203 rotors. We also have torque sensor, D&M shock right here, and we have our big motorcycle style DH36 fork in the front. Big headlight. We put in 2 mirrors. I have my ECLZ panniers on. I have my cargo net that I'm going to use to secure my backpack on the bike. We'll be riding in pedal assist 1, just like we did before on our dual star range test. The bike is fully charged. We're going to turn it on. We have 66.9 volts on the battery. Our mileage is 65.4. Those are the miles that are on the bike right now, but we are going to reset that so we give you the most accurate reading. So in order to do that, we're going to hold the up and down arrows together. It starts flashing, as you can see. And we're just gonna hit our power button. Oh, I didn't do that quick enough, so let's do it again. Hold up and down, it starts flashing, hit the power button, and we're down to 0 miles. So that's our odometer right now, and we'll see how much we can get out of these 2 batteries. Okay, strapping on my backpack right now. Making sure I bring plenty of water, even though it's late September. Temperatures are still in the 90s here in the desert. So between these panniers and my backpack, this is 32 pounds of weight on that rear rack. Just to give you guys an idea of how much weight we're carrying. And I weigh 176 pounds. I just weighed myself before this ride. Make sure this is all nice and secure. I do have a spare battery in my backpack in case I get stuck or stranded somewhere. Have 1 spare rear battery. It should be enough to get me home. We're keeping the bike in pedal assist 1 the whole time. We won't be using the throttle at all. This is a dual motor bike, and we're keeping both motors engaged for this ride. Alright guys, look at this. Pedal assist 1 on He sells Monstar, no throttle, 30 miles an hour. That's pretty amazing. Yeah, it's a little bit of power pedaling. Definitely give you a bit of a workout. But you can do 30 miles an hour in pedal assist 1. What other bike lets you do that? This is the economy mode on the Monstar, and it still does 30. That's pretty wild. So here we are with our first 10-mile update. Actually, it's more like 11 miles now. So far, the first most important thing that I noticed is how much power this bike has. Another thing that I noticed with the Monstar is how fast it goes from the dead stop. Okay, here we are at the stop sign on the dual star when I was doing the range test. I had to drop it down several gears to get a good start. With the Monstar, you just turn that pedal and the bike just goes. As you can see, guys, really fast, really easy off the stop line. So here we are, guys, 20-mile update. It took me exactly 1 hour to do 20.8 miles. So I've been averaging about 20 miles an hour in pedal assist 1, which is great. And it wasn't even that hard pedaling. I mean, I can pick up the pace, and obviously, as you saw, get it all the way up to 30 in pedal assist 1, and it's still not that difficult, honestly. And my battery indicator is showing 3 bars, so I lost a bar after 20 miles, and my voltage is reading 62.4. So if that's a quarter of the battery capacity, yeah, we're probably on course for 80-ish, 90-ish miles, but we'll see. We're getting close to 30 miles and we're doing 30 again in pedal assist 1. Okay, I pulled up at this little park here, so there's no wind noise, so I can tell you more about the overall feel of the bike. But first, let me show you the display. The battery is at 3 bars, showing 61.2 volts. As you can see, the outside temperature is 95 degrees. Still pretty hot here in Pahrump, Nevada. Okay, here's our mileage, 33.6 in 1 hour and 39 minutes. I think I slowed down a little bit. Okay, so how does the bike feel overall when you're riding it? And again, I'll just talk about my experience riding it today, keeping it pedal assist 1, pedaling, not using the throttle at all. It's definitely a big and beefy bike. and you can feel that, especially when you're getting on and off the bike. However, once you actually start riding and start turning those pedals, these two 1500 watt motors will definitely give you enough power to where the ride does not feel difficult at all. As for the seat, this is, I believe, the same seat that comes on 5-star. I'm personally fine with this seat. I rode my 120-mile range test on the dual star on a seat like this. It felt perfectly fine. Of course, you can always swap the seat if you want to get something that's more comfortable for you, but for me this seat works perfectly fine. For the handlebars, as you can see, we have this riser handlebar. This handlebar is also perfectly fine. I don't feel like I have any strain on my back or my shoulders riding it. I also like the BMX style handlebar on the 5-star, but for this bike, especially with the 1500 watt motor in the front too, this style handlebar will probably give you a little bit more control. As you've probably seen on our channel and on some other channels, this bike will go 50 miles an hour full throttle, so you definitely want as much control as you can possibly get. For the brakes, we have those 4-piston Tektros, and I feel from riding it today that they give you a great stopping power. These are big 203 rotors too. They do a great job at stopping this bike, and overall it's a very easy bike to control and a very enjoyable bike to ride. Back on the road on the E-Cells Monstar, continuing our Pahrump tour and our range test. And as you can see, again, doing well over 20 in pedal assist 1. So here we are at the 40-mile mark, just under 2 hours, so I'm doing good, keeping my 20-mile-an-hour average. I've done 40.4 miles in 1 hour 58. The battery is showing 59 volts and it's down to 2 bars. We may squeeze a couple of more miles out today and then we'll pick it back up tomorrow. Morning everyone, Nick here with E-Cells e-bikes. I'm ready for day 2 of our range test on the E-Cells Monstar bike. Dual 1500 watt hand-tech motors, 2 40 amp controllers, 2 batteries. I left the bike overnight, didn't charge it. As you can see, I put some sticky tape over the charging ports so nobody here at the shop would plug it in accidentally. Taking those off now. There we go. and ready to turn the bike back on. As you can see, our battery after yesterday's ride is at 2 bars, showing 58.9 volts, and the mileage we covered yesterday is 45 miles exactly in a little over 2 hours. 2 hours and 12 minutes. My setup here on the back is the same as yesterday. I have my E-cells panniers on both sides. I have my backpack strapped with this cargo net. All together same as yesterday. This is 32 pounds of weight and I weigh 176. In my backpack I have a spare rear battery. That's it. I'm ready to get going. So we are here in a valley. Everything's mostly flat. I noticed that I've been mainly riding in my 5th or 6th gear. Of course, keeping the bike in pedal assist 1 the whole time, not using my throttle at all. Basically, depending on the wind, whether I'm riding with backwind or headwind, I'll just switch between 5 and 6. Rarely I went to 7. And that's pretty much the only adjustments I had to make. Okay, I just hit 50 miles. The battery is down to 1 bar now, showing 56.4. I'll ride to a place where I can get some shade. And give you a close-up of the display. Okay guys, so we pulled up here in this nice shaded area. I want to show you the display. It's showing 53.6 miles. We are down to 1 bar of battery, 57.3 volts. Here I am doing around 19 miles an hour in this bike lane. Just because your bike can go 50, it doesn't mean that you should ride 50 miles an hour. This is a fast bike, no doubt about that, but the most important thing, guys, always is your safety, the safety of others. I'm gonna pay a little visit to the Pahrump Valley Museum. Mounting and dismounting the bike, guys. Keep your hands on those brakes. So the bike doesn't jump on you. The last bar of my battery started flashing on and off. Voltage is showing 54.1. We're at 66.7 miles now. With 54 volts and no battery bars. Still no problem doing over 20 miles an hour, as you can see. And overall, a very comfortable ride. No complaints here whatsoever. We're 70 miles in, getting on to 71 now. I'm up to 75 miles. The bike is still going. We're going for 80. I'm pretty sure we're getting close to the end of this range test on the 3000 watt E-cells Monstar. Our battery's under 50 volts now, or They're about, it's going between 50 and 49.9, and we are at 76.6 miles. The battery indicator hasn't started flashing yet, but when it does, that'll probably be it. Still getting some power from the motors. We're at 78 miles. No bars on the battery, showing 49 volts. Still doing 20. Come on, 2 more miles. Oh no, the battery indicator started flashing. Let's see, guys. That might be it. I don't know if you can see this, but the battery indicator is flashing. It's just showing 50 volts, but it did drop to 49. I'm definitely not getting any more power from the motors. The distance is 78.6 miles, so just under 80. It took me 4 hours and 2 minutes of riding, so my speed dropped a little bit under 20 miles an hour. That last section I was kind of not pushing it. I was trying to preserve as much battery as I can, trying to hit that 80-mile mark, but there we are, 78.6. The conclusion is you'll get a bike. It's extremely powerful, extremely fast, but it can also go almost 80 miles. You want to go fast, you want to go off-roading, you want to commute, you want to go on a bike trip. This bike has got you covered. The ride for me was super comfortable. These 80 miles, no problem whatsoever. The suspension worked great. I didn't feel any potholes or anything. I feel totally fine, totally fresh. My back doesn't hurt, my legs don't hurt, my shoulders don't hurt. Overall, really great experience. First experience for me riding this bike. Once again, this is 3000 watt, dual motor, dual battery, e-cells, Monstar. It will do 50 miles an hour and it will do 80 miles on one battery charge. What more can you ask for? Let's justify bringing this backpack and this spare battery and pop it in and head back to e-cells HQ. Thank you for watching this video, guys, and I'll see you again for another ride. And don't forget to wear your helmet.